Hey everyone, what's up? Now, as you know, the Clippers were pretenders and bowed out early in the playoffs. I was the one who said they need to break up this core, and I stand by my word. It's time to start over. Get rid of everybody, including Paul George. Why would you even retain someone who has a horrible playoff record? I don't get it. Why would you keep someone who has never battled back from past failures? Well, in the playoffs, he had his moments where he delivered. Sure, he did. Yeah, and statistically speaking, he's choked more in those moments than I care to count and has made it known multiple times that he can't be the star of a championship team. Let him walk. Let him go. It's not a horrible move to get rid of a guy who was a no-show when they needed him to be this clutch player and someone who can score. I'm not going to overpay washed Paul George and still have a rotation around a bunch of old guys. Are you crazy? Are you out of your damn mind? Look, if you help lead your team on deeper than expected postseason runs, then we can talk about a max contract you so desperately want and feel entitled to, when in reality, we never know what you're going to give your team on a nightly basis, and you're damn near 34 years old. You are 34 years old. I grasp a sense that they don't want him back. When a team offer their players below the max, that means they really don't want you back. Normally, that's what it means. But it's been reported that this Clippers team fully intends to keep this group together. They want to bring back Paul George as a free agent or give him an extension, but they have not been able to reach an agreement with Paul George. And I get why they want to keep him. They're opening a brand new stadium. But man, this dude is 34. No one is about to give him that max. If there's one team that will do it, it's probably the Clippers. No team with championship aspirations should even consider PG, not even the Clippers. He is not a max deal type player. The Clippers are looking to still compete, which is why they plan on signing Paul George. Oh, okay. The wording on that is very important, because if they are serious about contending, well, that's ludicrous, because they haven't been able to do much of anything in the playoffs except getting there and exiting early. And usually I try not to put a lot of stock into George's big nights where he puts up numbers, and I try not to become that prisoner of the moment, because I always have in the back of my mind that there's going to be that bad performance likely in an elimination game where it overshadows the one or two good games he does have in the playoffs. It's looking murky in Los Angeles because they have to figure some things out. They have to figure out what they are going to do with Paul George and James Harden. According to multiple reports, Paul George is being pursued by the Philadelphia Sixers because they have a lot of money to burn, and they believe they have a good chance at getting George, because the Clippers, again, are unwilling to offer George more than the 3-year, $152 million deal they gave to Leonard. George has been eligible to sign a 4-year extension worth up to roughly $221.1 million with the Clippers all season, and they have been unable to get a deal done. Now, I can see why the Clippers might want to re-sign or extend Paul George, because they're opening a brand new stadium. You want to provide your fans with some entertainment. You want to sell tickets, and if you want to sell tickets and you want to be successful, You have to have superstars on your team. But I don't think the right move for the Clippers is to let Paul George stay around. I think the right move for the Clippers is to let Paul George walk this offseason. Pandemic P is not worth the max at 34. I'm sorry. But you don't really want to go into a rebuild, although I think the Clippers should really consider going into a rebuild. I can understand why they don't want to go into a rebuild. Move into a new building. That's $1 billion arena we're talking about that the Clippers are moving in. So, of course, you want to put butts in seats. And the one way to provide your fans with entertainment, to, excite your fans, to sell tickets, to entice a fan base, is to keep guys like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Now, Kawhi Leonard is another guy, right? Can never stay healthy. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying he's a bad player because I know that would be a lie. He's not a bad player at all. But what good are you if you're never available? And he's never available. The guy misses more games than he is on the floor. So, I mean, that's another issue with the Los Angeles Clippers, is that they can't keep bodies on the floor. And Kawhi Leonard is one of those guys that load manage, and he misses a lot of time. And then you got to figure out something for James Harden. James Harden's another player who's old now. So, I mean, the Clippers are in a terrible state right now. Like, it'll be interesting to see what they do this offseason. But hell no, I'm not signing Paul George to a max contract. He's not worth a max contract. I don't care if he does put butts in seats or if he is that superstar that's going to lure a fan base to come out and watch on a nightly basis. I don't care. I can see why the Clippers are hesitant in giving him the max contract. No. Are you out of your mind? No. And a lot of people feel like he deserves a max contract. A lot of people feel that the Clippers need to get rid of Kawhi Leonard and keep Paul George and build around him. But no, I'm not doing that. If I'm the Clippers, I don't care if I'm moving to a new arena. I don't give a damn. I'm starting over. I'm going into a rebuild if I'm the Clippers.